losing his fourth NFC championship game. He made news afterwards with comments concerning his future in Green Bay. Take a listen.
A lot of guys' futures that are, uncertain, myself included. There's a lot of unknowns going into this offseason now. And I'm going to have to take some time away for sure and clear my head and just kind of see what's going on with everything. It's really tough to get to this point, and that makes the finality of it all kind of hit you like a ton of bricks.
You know what I like about him? He's very introspective. Seems grounded, like Dan Orlovsky. Dan, good to see you firing people up on Get Up all day this morning, and I'm sure you're going to do it here too. Stephen A., I'm going to start with you since this one is so near to your heart. Aaron Rodgers. Should he want to go back and play in Green Bay?
No. If I was him, I'd want out. It's not going to happen. Yeah. We understand that. But, I'm very serious when I say this, Dan. I'm not joking around by any stretch of the imagination. I think he should want out. I don't think he should want to be there. I think from the time that they drafted Jordan Love and put their succession plan right in front of their face, we walked into this season believing that Aaron Rodgers had a few years left, a few years. And yet we looked at him and we saw that the Green Bay Packers clearly made a statement that we were moving in a forward direction, and we were planning for life without you. Mm-hmm. I find that to be very insulting. And I think that when you consider you're Matt LaFleur, again, you got the job being the 27th ranked, the offensive coordinator of the 27th ranked offense in the National Football League when you were with the Tennessee Titans. And somehow, some way, you managed to get this job anyway. You go back-to-back 13-3 seasons with berths to the NFC title game. But clearly, you're Aaron Rodgers. This is the same Aaron Rodgers that was once told by the organization that shut up and go play. We make the decisions. You go out there and play. They've disregarded him for years, his wishes, et cetera, et cetera. This past season, when he threw two passes to Tavon Austin, it was the first time in his career he had thrown a pass to a first-round wide receiver pick in the NFL draft. It's the first time he did it in his career. You have just disregarded this man's wishes. You've disregarded what this man needs. You've rode his coattails and his shoulders for years and years and years. And then to culminate everything and punctuate it with what I consider to be an incredibly insulting decision on the part of Matt LaFleur. When you decide to kick a field goal with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, you're in a 4th and goal situation. I understand it might have been daunting considering what transpired previously, but in the end, electing to give the ball back to Tom Brady when all Tom Brady needed was a first down. Not a field goal, not a touchdown. Just one first down to seal the deal. That's all he needed. And instead, you elect to go that route instead of telling Aaron Rodgers, this is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why you are that bad man. Go get it done. Instead of doing that, you make that decision. To me, it was the final last straw. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to accept his phone calls. I don't want to look at him. You have shown I don't give a damn about what you had to say in the press conference. You have shown me you don't trust me. You don't believe in me as much as I want you to. I need to go elsewhere. Now, it's not going to happen. But you ask me, what should Aaron Rodgers feel like, meaning what should he want to happen? What should he do? If I was him, that's what I'd want to do.
Ridiculous to pin this right now on anyone but Rodgers. I mean, it's a team effort, but Rodgers' failures are his own from yesterday. Of course, it was a bad mistake. It was a bad decision. It was a blunder by LaFleur to kick the field goal instead of going for it. Maybe if Rodgers on the previous play would have run when he had daylight, scored a touchdown, we wouldn't have to argue about it. At worst, he'd have been stopped on the 1, and then guess what? LaFleur would have gone for it, 4th and 1. Now, maybe he was thinking about from the 8, that's a little bit different. Maybe he was remembering back to, I don't know, the end of the first half when Rodgers had 3 shots at Devontae Adams and couldn't get it done, and then Brady came right back and got it done with a touchdown bomb. And by the way, they did stop the Bucs. The Bucs received a generous PI call. I don't know if that's a catchable ball, but the ref, you call a PI down the field, Wirfs clearly was holding from the start of that play. Hooked his man, rode him, textbook holding. They didn't call that. So if it's even called fairly, It's not what wound up happening. Maybe they do stop the Bucs. Yes, it was a mistake. But no, that doesn't mean Rodgers should leave. They are 13-3 for the second consecutive season with LaFleur. 13-3, they won a playoff game against Seattle. 13-3 again, and they won 2 playoff games. They're heading in the right direction. Should Rodgers be mad that they drafted his successor? Of course. Just as Brett Favre was when they drafted Rodgers. That's how Green Bay does. That's their MO. That is how they operate. But now that they drafted his successor and they're having more success year after year, you have to imagine they can use this draft to go get him help finally. No. Rodgers, if you can point to a team and say that is a much better situation, Rodgers should go there at this point in his career. Okay, but I don't know that I see that. What don't the Packers have? What glaring hole? They have a great lead wideout. They have a running back. They have a quarterback. They have an offensive line. Their defense was trending in the right direction toward the end of the year, and now they don't have to worry about Rodgers' successor using that draft capital. Why would he want to leave? Learning LaFleur's system, he won 13 games. Once he knew it, he won the MVP. You want to leave that? Why, Stephen A? Because Rodgers couldn't get it done under pressure, and now you want to blame LaFleur? Get out of here.
Max, I think you make some great points, especially when it comes for Aaron Rodgers outside of Green Bay. I mean, I don't think he'll play anywhere but Green Bay next season. He's going to go into his 17th year. If Aaron is going to choose to leave, he has to find a situation that's got the great coaching, the great offensive line, the number 1 receiver. I mean, his best friend David Bakhtiari plays his left tackle. Like, there's not a lot of rosters that are set up to be as good as Green Bay, like as Super Bowl worthy as Green Bay, and also the friendships that he's built in Green Bay. But if you so like football wise, I don't see a lot of realistic options. You could throw teams out there, but the Packers aren't giving Aaron Rodgers away. Like, they're not going to go, hey, Aaron wants to go here, so we'll take a first rounder for him. Like, you're going to give me 4 first rounders. So like that's the reality of a realistic option. Now, if you tell me that he emotionally is upset, like because of the draft pick and because of not going for it on 4th down, and he's bothered by that, I could have a little bit more of a conversation with that. But like we're talking about a guy that was 4 interceptions. I mean, MVP of the NFL. It's going to be very difficult for him to sit back and go, oh, you know what? That team's the one that get us over the hump. You know, Max points out that they're 26-6. Now, Max, here's where I'll dispute with you. Do not sit here and say that yesterday was about Aaron Rodgers not getting it done and point to missing Devontae Adams 3 times in the first half. First of all, the first one is just as much of a drop as it is a missed throw. The second down, Lazard doesn't go to the right person. Lazard messes up that play. And the third down, it's a bang, bang, get your feet down play. So, like, we can't phrase it as he didn't get it done.
Oh, yeah, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't get it done. It was not
remarkable yesterday. Max, he was remarkable yesterday. Like, we're not pinning this loss on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is going to sit there a month from now when he's emotionally decompressed and go, I've got 2-3 years left, maybe 4 of big-time football, closer to a Super Bowl win or Super Bowl appearance or a Super Bowl win at somewhere outside of Green Bay. I don't see that as a realistic thought process for Aaron.
Well, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, Max Kellerman, be careful about raising your voice because I think you know you have no shot in hell of being louder than me. Okay, so just calm down. That's number one. Number two, Dan Orlovsky, you know, if you're going to sit up there and pick apart my argument, just quote me accurately. What I definitely acknowledge that the likelihood of Aaron Rodgers being let go by Green Bay is slim to none. We understand he's going to be there. But really, it's about what should Aaron Rodgers want? And what I did was highlight the treatment that he has received. We saw him yesterday. We saw him at the beginning of the season. We talked this year about while he was performing, how he had a little chip on his shoulder, a little edge because of some of the things that transpired with the Green Bay Packers. And when you bring up the 17th year, I want you to take a moment, Dan Orlovsky, to imagine yourself. It's 17 years. You've performed at a very, very elite level, and you don't feel that the respect and deference that should be accorded to you has been accorded to you. Because Aaron Rodgers, whether subtly, tacitly, directly, or otherwise, this man has spoken about these things over the last several years. So when we look at the record, you can sit up there, both of you can say, Well, Matt LaFleur is 13-3 back-to-back seasons. I would say to you that a quarterback that has thrown for over 8,300 yards, that has thrown 74 touchdowns and just 9 interceptions in that span might be the biggest reason why that is.
No doubt.
And so all I'm trying to say is that if I'm Aaron Rodgers, listen, well, you can say that, but I can point to Aaron Rodgers being in NFC Championship games with Mike McCarthy. I can point to him winning a Super Bowl championship with Mike McCarthy. I can point to Mike McCarthy, no disrespect to him, but essentially riding the coattails of Aaron Rodgers all of those years. So what I'm saying is, when we look at a guy, of course there are other things that come with being a head coach other than just the quarterback position. Please let's not act like we need to be literal here. I'm just saying the bottom line is the Green Bay Packers are about Aaron Rodgers, and everybody seems to know that, but the people who run the Green Bay Packers. And in the end,
Stephen A., where should he go? Where should he want to go?
Well,
if you're saying not the Packers, who?
You know me. I mean, I think stuff like San Francisco, Chicago, Pittsburgh. I think stuff like that. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. Again, I'm just talking about if I'm frustrated, if I don't feel appreciated, and I've been in this league for 17 years and I feel disrespected, that's going to lead to me one out. That's all I'm saying, guys. Let's not act like this far-fetched. You have been covering boxing and other sports. Dan Orlovsky, you played football. Y'all know what I'm saying has credence in that regard. There's plenty of dudes that have been frustrated and might want out because they want to go someplace else because they feel like there's a respect. Like, we're looking at a guy in Tom Brady that's going to the Super Bowl. Why did he leave New England, Dan? Because of how he felt he was being treated by Bill Belichick.
They were going backwards in New England.
I'm talking about Tom Brady. What he wanted him wanting to leave.
No, what I'm saying is they were going backwards in New England. They're going forwards in Green Bay. They're getting better. They're getting closer.
And Stephen A., like, I would say this, like, if not for that Devontae Adams drop on first down in the goal line or in the red zone, if not for Kevin King playing a terrible rep right before the half on the Scotty Miller touchdown, if not for Kevin King's pass interference, Dan, we're not having this conversation. We're not sitting here going, does Aaron Rodgers want out of Green Bay? No, that's not fair, Dan. I got you now. I'm not questioning that. What I'm saying to you is, right now, this morning, is Aaron Rodgers thinking about that, or is he thinking about a coach that elected to kick a field goal instead of giving me an opportunity to tie this game with 2 minutes left? What's he thinking about, Dan? You played that position. What's he thinking about, Dan? You're 100% right, Stephen.
That's all I'm saying.
He is sitting there going, I agree with you. But here's, and at the end of the day, you got to lose that game because your Hall of Famer's not good enough.
That's all I'm saying.
No. What Aaron Rodgers should be thinking about is why I didn't run. Max, he needs to ask himself, why didn't I run on the previous play?
All right, Max. Then answer the damn question, Max.
What's that?
What is Aaron Rodgers thinking about most this morning?
I hope that he'd be thinking about his own mistakes.
That's right there. That's dishonest, Max.
Okay.
You know what he's thinking about, Max.
Okay, let's say he's thinking about Chicago, right? Go in the division and try to win. Does he have a better or worse chance than in Green Bay?
He's thinking about they drafted a quarterback.
Max, what's he thinking about this morning, Max? The coach took the ball out of his hands, Max.
If Aaron Rodgers is the champion that he has been and might be once again, the only way to be that champion again is to think about his own mistakes.
That's philosophical drivel. That does not answer my damn question. What is he thinking about right now?
I don't know that he's thinking about.
Come on, Max.
I don't know he's thinking about his coach's decision.
You took one play? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I believe you. You might not know better.
I think he's thinking if he's salty about anything, it's drafting his replacement instead of getting him a little help.
This morning?
No, I'm saying
he's sitting
this
there saying,
season.
He is sitting there saying, I wish I had the chance to, on fourth down, make a play. I wish
make a play on third down.
Because then you could at least put your head on the pillow. No, you can at least your head on the pillow.
We gotta go.
I wasn't good enough.
Dan, always good stuff. We'll see you on NFL Live later, firing people up. Stay safe. All right, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. That's what it is now.